Alright, so I think I have figured out what I want to do with this, but good Lord, it has taken me a long time. Now, this is going to be my front cover, which I really like. This is going to be my back cover. And yeah, it might be a little busy, but it's still good, and it's a back cover, so you know, everybody kind of. And then this is going to be my middle. Okay. Then I think I'm going to use some of this and some of that and some of that, and then okay. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. And how am I going to do this? I'm going to run these through my Xyron machine, so give me just a second here. Okay. This one all the way out. Put the next one in. This one all the way out. And the next one in. There we go. Okay, put this away. Easy as pie. Okay, now let me move. Ooh, hello. That was good. I'm sorry, let me move this around just a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm gonna make sure that this is really well pushed down, and we're going to go right along the edge, and it just kind of make sure that there's a good release. Okay, do the next one. A little bit of work on the front end will keep you from having to have a lot of work on the back end. I used to try and do all of the shortcuts, and oh, I don't need to really work this that long, but you do. You do. It makes it, it's so worth it. But I love my Xyron. Just love it. This is probably a little overkill once you've gone around the edges. And then you're just going to pull all of this off. The only thing is you don't want it to fall back onto your paper, because all the sticky is on this part. Now all of the sticky that didn't go underneath is on this part. I don't know how many times I've pulled it off and laid it down, or laid back down on the paper, and I pulled my paper, made a mess. So we don't want that to happen. Okay. Now I'm going to start in the back. Let's see. to lay it like this. And the reason I do this is because I cannot stand to have it not all adhere down. Okay. And there is a little teeny bit right there that did not get any sticky on it. So let me, and it's not left on the paper. I don't know what happened. Oh, you know what? When I was trying to get this book board through there, I damaged some of the glue. So this little section right here, this top part, did not get any sticky part on there. I'm going to flip this around so this is at the bottom. I'm going to just lay the edges down, get this where I want it. Now don't push it down until you got it exactly where you want it, because it will give you a little bit of wiggle. And I want it back a little further. Well, the wiggle's over with. Okay, this is good. There we go. There we go. There. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Me like. Me like. Good job. Good job. Alright. Now this is my top. And this is the front, but it's going to be upside down. I need the top here. Okay, now this one is good. This one is very good. Glue everywhere. It's very good. Very good. Now, oh, you know what I did not do? And I really wanted to do? Oh, come here. Is I wanted, whoops, to, I thought I had one of these with black soot on it. I need to get my edges. I am trying very hard not to touch the sticky. But this is hard when I don't have to do this edge because it's going to be under something. Alright, so there's that. Whoop, whoop. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Alright. Now let's see here. Need to try and get these evenly matched to the counterpart on the other page. There we go. There we go. Good job. Yay! Okay, now before, where's, oh, all right. Away. Okay, now I want to put a piece of this and there's one side that it works better on, this side. I want to put a piece of this underneath each edge. So I'm going to pick this up. Actually, let me go ahead and get, even though it's sticky, I want some of this on there. This is Fabri-Tac. Come on. Alrighty. Hold on. Let me get rid of this paper. That'll make it somewhat easier. And I'm going to fold this back. Lay this out. And put it down. But I want to make sure that I've got that pushed right up against. Let me make sure now. This needs to get pulled back. I want that gray, I mean that gold, it's not gray, blue, to be right there. Before, seeing that material's really not sticking to the Xyron, so it's a good thing I put the glue there. All right. And I'm gonna cut this side off and do the same thing. Don't need all that excess. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. And find the side it works the best. I suppose I could have ironed this and it would have been so much better. Let me get you guys a little closer. You can see what the heck I'm doing. This around here. So many tools on here, you can't do anything. Wait a minute now. Yeah. Oh, come on. This is being uphill. It's not laying down on it. There we go. Oops, don't need that much junk. Squirting out of there. There we go. Let's see, is that going to be enough? A little bit longer. There we go. Try and get it where that's going to be. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to have happen. There we go. That's working. Alright, so that's going to be very nice. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty. Oh, okay, got some. Just rub that away. I'm going to keep things nice and tidy around here. Alright. I'm just going to close that off for a minute. And this one, so I didn't have to worry about the two ends getting the black in there. And this is not as close as I'd like it in a few little spots here. There we go. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to try. Let's see. I'm going to cut these off right at the end here. Or do I want to wrap it around the book? Oh, let's see. That. I'll wrap that around the book. Yes, I think I better wrap that around the book, so I'm not going to do anything with that. I am going to fold, however, this back a little bit. And just because I forgot to do this before I put my paper through the Xyron. And I kept telling myself, now make sure you do that. Alright, there's that. A little bit more here. Alright, that's good enough. Now I've got those two done. I think I'm going to pull this off. I think I'm going to pull this off. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to lay a bead of this Fabri-Tac all the way on here, both sides. Okay, and I also just want to make sure it's got glue going all the way, but just going to make sure that that is also well on there. Now, I'm going to line this up. this, actually, if I were to do it that way, it would probably split it. I need to do it this way. Now let's see. I'm going to start in the front, lining it up on the top and the bottom. That looks relatively straight to me. Let me get my ruler out here. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to do it this way now. Good. It looks like we're going to be just fine. Get this laid here and then push it around. Sorry if my head gets in the way, guys. Trying to make sure. One thing with the yeah, whatever the heck this stuff is, the Fabri-Tac, it stays wet a good bit of time, so you don't have to really worry about that part of it. Okay. And you got to remember not to lay, you know, like I was first going to do it. You don't want to lay your book flat and put this down and then bend it, because you will crack it. That's just way too much. It's much better if you can do it this way. And then you want this all to adhere. That is such pretty paper right there. Okay. All right, I think that's really pretty. I had something else in mind, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking just the simplicity of that and not really think I want anything more on there, because it's very wild paper, but it's very pretty. I don't know. Let me... give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I guess I've got you just a smidge. I don't know. I'll leave it. I think you're good. So I've got this. I don't, I think I got this at Joann's, but you can definitely get something like this if you were so inclined to, you know, to make this, or if you're making this along with me. I think that's gonna work really nicely. So I'm gonna cut this right up the center. Okay, so there's that one. I'll go ahead and put right on the other side of this gold. I'm going to put a band right there. I don't think I got quite enough on there. There we go. Whoop. Okay. There we go. So we're just gonna tuck that right up against the gold. Now this is just some gold piping, so you know you can find this stuff just in all different kinds of areas. So I got mine at a garage sale, sorry. There's that. Very nice. Once that dries, then I'll tack some of this down. I'm going to do the same thing on the back, and I'm going to tack it down at least around this little area. I think I'll leave this just to make sure that I'm not going to do anything else. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to put it on, and I'm going to leave it until I figure out if there's anything else I'm going to do. But I think for right now, that's going to be it. Okay? Okay. So now I have found my center, and I've measured it in. I forgot now. From the paper, it's let's see, yeah, 5/8 of an inch. And I'm going to use my small hole from my Big Daddy. Open this up. I gotta be able to see. I gotta be able to, let's see, let me move this back here so I have free reign. There we go. Tilt it just a little bit so you can get some light where you need it. And yeah, that is, oh shoot. I was just about ready to do it. Let's see. Oh, this bookboard is hard. There we go. So there we go. Now we'll do it to this end. See, now normally I would put an eyelet through here, but the bookboard is way thicker than the eyelet is. Way thicker. So, and I can see much better on this one. Ooh, very noisy. There we go. Okay. And I don't have any seam binding, but I do have this black satin ribbon. Now it's a single-sided satin ribbon. I don't think I have anything else that I would like better. I kind of perused my whole area here. Let's see, is this something that's going to come off? Let me see. I don't know what that is, so we're not going to use that. Let me just cut right here. Cut that off. So, let's see. I know I'm going to want to be able to put a bow on here. Let's see what I'm doing. This is about 16, 17, 18, about 20, 21 inches, something like that. I think that's going to be good. I think that will be plenty to do a bow with. So cut that, and then I'm going to get the same again. Alright, so I've got some left over for another time. Okay, now, oh, let me get my cheating thing. Okay, this is just some wire, and this wire, oops, I actually got out of a ribbon. Okay, so you know when you get that wired ribbon. So I am going to, doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna stick this, pinch this a little bit more so it'll fit through there. I'm gonna stick this up through here. I'm going to take a piece of my ribbon. I'm going to thread it through. Let's do one at a time because it's a small hole. Come on. And then I'm going to pull it through. Okay. I'm gonna come up from the bottom again. There we go. I'm gonna take the other side of the ribbon, thread it through, open up the wire. There we go. And pull this back through. And you know, people use needles and stuff to do this, and the reason I don't is if especially like my beading needles, I don't want them to break. And wire can usually take quite a bit of beating. Alright, I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to pull this back through. Let's see which one. Okay, that's that one. So this is this one. And I'm going to leave myself a little bit of tail. And I want this to lay down as flat as I can get it. So, and it doesn't really matter which way you turn it or anything, but we're just gonna glue this down. So it won't pull through ever. go. And oops, sorry. I'm wanting to put this brad through as well to really make sure that you're not going to see just the hole. So we're going to fit that brad through there, and that's going to really make that work nicely for us. Back over here. And that brad came through, which I was hoping it would. It came through the material very nicely. We're going to split it and lay it down flat. Okay, that's pretty good right there. Now we'll get, and it's plenty of room away from the edge that I will be able to get paper down. And I also, the paper that I put down here, I will put like a sequin tape and glue to make sure that it's really gonna stick and that this isn't gonna pull, you know, pull it away. Okay, so I'm gonna let me show you this again. So there's that in the front right there. Let me pull it a little closer so you can see. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing in the back and I'll be back. All right, and because an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper is going to end up being right at my, you know, the folded area of the spine, I'm doing this a little differently. I'm taking my paper and I found, I'm doing the center, okay. I found my top and my bottom and cut. And then I'm going to use my paper again here, and then it's not going to be any issue. Okay, this way I know I'm not having to deal with you know, right in the spine area. I am going to put glue on this. There's not really a whole lot I can do about the piping part of it. It's, now this I can cut a little bit off so it doesn't, I don't have it all the way, but other than that, that's going to be just fine. That's going to be just fine. So I'm also going to take my two other sheets before I lay the first one that I've got cut down, and I'm going to cut it so that they're all the same. Okay, so I'm going to cut this and I'm going to glue everything down, and then we'll be done with the cover and we'll start on, I'm not sure what kind of hinge I'm going to do yet, so we'll figure that one out next. Okay guys, this is just kind of a little quick tip. When you have your book, and I don't know if you can see this, see how it bubbles right here? And that's just horrible. Okay, now remember, this will only work if you plan on, you know, if you're going to be able to cover it up. This is going to be covered up all the way to the edge where the fold line is. Alright, so what I'm going to show you is, because that is bubbled all the way up, so I am going to put a little cut right about there, bubble it up a little bit, and I'm going to get my glue, and now I'm going to take it and I'm going to smush it that way, and I'm going to smush it that way. Okay. So we're going to smush it down as far down as we can, and as far this way as we can. And then you're going to let that dry, and then you're going to pop it up again. And I can see from here, I've got it down to here, so I'm going to make it a little cut right here, pop it up a little bit, stick my glue in there, put it back down, and then take the glue and push it that way, and push it that way. Okay, that's good. And then I still have a little pucker right here, so I'm going to do the same thing. Cut a little cut in there. Get my glue, and then push the glue around. I got a little bit more out than I wanted. Hopefully there's still enough in there that'll do the job that needs to get done. But there you go. And then you want to let it completely dry. And if you have to go back in and do it again, that's one thing you always want to do when you put this down. You gotta let it completely dry before you lift these up, because that will make it pop. Okay? And then if it does pop open, you just make sure you're planning on covering it all the way, and you cut where you're going to cover. Alright guys, there's a quick tip for you. See ya. Hopefully you got most of that. I see that I had it pretty close. You didn't see the first part, but I think you got the idea. Bye. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a reminder to put score tape on one side of this, so that when you're putting it down right here, you're going to have score tape. You're going to have score tape that's going to go and really hold it down around this thing. Also, make sure you put Fabri-Tac on the ribbons, so it gives it just a little bit more adherence down. And if you want to check and see where it comes on this side, and line things up, maybe make a little mark. Let's see, can I get that in there? Maybe make a little mark, you know, where you're going to be putting things. Then you can start from here, line things up, and then drop it, and know that you're going to have your score tape in just the right spot. Just a little idea. Thanks guys.